They thought it was a ghost, tapping in the walls, footsteps in empty rooms, cold air where there shouldn't be any. But what was haunting the Bowen family wasn't a ghost. It was a boy, a real, living boy, living inside their house. In 1986, in the quiet town of Townsend, Massachusetts, an ordinary family began noticing strange things. Furniture would move, TVs turned on by themselves, objects they swore they left on the kitchen table were now in the fridge. But the most chilling part? The knocking, tapping on the walls, sometimes gentle, sometimes angry, sometimes rhythmic, as if someone knew exactly when they were alone. At the center of this story is a teenage girl named Annie Andrews. She'd recently lost her mother to cancer. She was grieving, vulnerable, and one day, while playing with a Ouija board, she asked to speak to her mother. That's when the tapping began, and then the messages. Annie and her sister would return home to find writing on the walls. Messages scrawled in what appeared to be blood-red ink. "I'm watching you. Come find me. I miss you, Annie." She believed her mother's spirit was trying to reach her. She was wrong. The real horror wasn't in the afterlife. It was right behind the drywall, inside the walls of their home. Daniel LaPlante was living in the crawl space. He wasn't a ghost. He was a 16-year-old boy. He had broken into the house weeks earlier and never left. He watched them from air vents, listened to their conversations, moved objects to make them question their sanity, and wrote messages to manipulate their emotions. It wasn't until one night that the family came home and found something they couldn't ignore. Annie walked into her bedroom and saw her mother's wedding dress laid out on her bed and a knife beside it. They ran, called the police. What they found was not just a trespasser, but an entire living setup in the walls. Sleeping bag, food wrappers, a collection of personal items stolen from the family, including Annie's underwear. Daniel had carved peepholes throughout the house. He'd been watching them for weeks, eating their food, showering in their bathroom, even standing over them while they slept. This wasn't a haunting. It was a home invasion in slow motion, one that lasted for over a month. LaPlante was arrested, and at the time, it seemed like the nightmare was over. But it wasn't. Just 1 year later, in 1987, Daniel escaped custody and committed one of the most brutal crimes in Massachusetts history. He murdered a pregnant woman and her 2 children in cold blood. This wasn't just a boy in the walls. This was a predator